Il Saint-Hubert, site of top-secret scientific operations. A place where prehistoric marvels could thrive under our watchful eye. We were pioneers, where the cutting edge of creation and modern-day research could coexist. At least, that was the vision for this place. What actually happened there, when it didn't go to plan, was a different story entirely.
Hello and welcome to this very special live stream for the Jurassic World Evolution 3 Rebirth Expansion. My name is Tom Clark and I am the product manager here on the game. And we have a lot to get through today, so we are just going to have a very quick recap of everything that is coming out tomorrow on June 16th. So for those picking up the Rebirth Expansion, you will get your hands on a blockbuster campaign, 3 new locations with that campaign. You'll also get 4 film-accurate species. You'll get a host of new variants, models and skins as well for existing base game species, including vehicle skins as well. You get hundreds of scenery pieces. You'll get experimental traits, assignment system as part of that campaign, geothermal power, and open-air aviaries as well, which you would have seen a sneak peek of there in some of the assets that we've had go out on social, the Mutadon video and the announced trailer. And then alongside all of that, everybody gets the free update 1.3, which brings some really, really cool new features like the semi-aquatic behaviour for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, as well as the Cretaceous cruise, which can now go through aviaries, which is super exciting. So we have got a lot to get through today. So helping me show you some of this stuff live, I have 2 special guests on the sofa. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. I'm Kieran. I am part of the production team on Jurassic World Evolution 3.
And my name's Andy Fletcher. I'm the game director of Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Amazing. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump in and we're going to start looking at some stuff. So anybody that's been following us on social would have seen yesterday that we teased some Distortus Rex footage alongside a close-up sneak peek of the Ember movie variant for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We are going to kick things off by just having a quick recap at some of that Distortus Rex footage that we had going out earlier today. Amazing. So there we have it, Distortus Rex knocking over the workers on the facility. Andy, what can you tell us about this quite terrifying animal?
Yes, so Distortus Rex is absolutely unique among our species roster. Obviously iconic from the movies, so we had to include him in this Rebirth expansion. Really excited about bringing Distortus Rex to the game. So unique, 6 limbs, quite a challenge for our animators, but they also had a lot of fun with a lot of its animations, and it's got some great sort of combat animations in there as well. It's a tricky animal to look after though, I will say. Distortus Rex doesn't like any other species in the game. It won't cohabit nicely with any other animal. It's got a really high prey requirement. It's really hungry, so it's got to keep those live feeders in there. It can't be tranquilized, which is always tricky in the campaign. It's got an experimental trait that means it cannot be tranquilized. So containment is an issue, and it's also one of the strongest animals in the entire game. So yeah, you're really going to have your hands full looking after Distortus Rex in this brand new Rebirth campaign. So we're super excited to bring Distortus Rex to the game. I think what's really cool about bringing it to Jurassic World Evolution as well is that, you know, in the movie you see it in the shadows, you kind of partially see it. It's got that sort of hidden monster vibe to it. But in the game you can use it however you want. You can have it in your sandbox parts, and you can kind of you see it rest, you see it sleep, you almost see a different side to it, you know. But yeah, so we can't wait to see players enjoying this one.
Oh, amazing. No, it's, yeah, pretty scary. It has, I think, like you were saying, some of those animations where it picks up the worker and chomps down on them, so it's definitely a favourite of mine. But no, very, very cool, and yeah, it'd be cool to see the challenge that I guess that brings to some of the players' facilities that they're building out. So obviously that's not everything that we've got coming in the expansion. We have teased our new movie skins, and we're going to jump into game right now on the Riverside Lab to take a look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Kieran, what can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, I mean, our T-Rex is just going to hunt down a goat, which is great, but if you were eagle-eyed enough, you'd have seen it just came out of the water. So, as you mentioned, we've got that new semi-aquatic behaviour for the T-Rex. This isn't just for our new Rebirth T-Rex, which is a brand new model, by the way.
Very nice.
It also applies to the base game T-Rex, so all of the T-Rex adults will be able to swim, which is really great. The new model itself as well, you get all of the skins and patterns for both the male and the female as well, which is amazing, and it's been really great for the team to go back and revisit this, because the T-Rex is such an iconic dinosaur for the franchise, and the team just loved going back and being able to tinker and tweak and give it a nice new lick of paint.
Yeah, no, it
with
looks
this new
great.
Rebirth model.
No, it looks amazing, and this is obviously on the Riverside Lab, right?
It is, yeah. So this is the level based on that iconic raft scene from the film where the T-Rex starts jump into the water and start chasing everybody down the river.
Nice.
Which is, looking fantastic. You can see obviously the buildings we've got in the background here as well. We'll have a little float around and have a look.
Yeah, Andy, what can you tell us about this? Because obviously this is sort of inspired, like you said, from that movie scene, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Riverside scene, you might see a few Easter eggs dotted around this map for that scene in particular. But what we've really done is kind of imagined what a sort of Inogen facility would look like just upstream of that scene. So what if you built a research facility around that kind of area? And here's what our fantastic designers and artists have come up with. It's this really unique layout. It's kind of split by this river that goes along the middle, and it's got these little different plateaus that you can build along on either side of there. So it's quite a layout challenge, and the facility's theme is somewhat about researching semi-aquatic dinosaurs, right? Sure. So that's why they've set up the facility here to look at these sort of deep water areas and experiment and research these semi-aquatic dinosaurs. So yeah, really beautiful, distinct map born out of that river scene inspiration from the movie.
Amazing, and I think our T-Rex is causing a bit of hassle there for the staff.
As always. Yeah.
So, but that isn't the only species that we have on this map with the new movie variants, right? We also have the Spinosaurus, which I know a lot of players have been asking to see in full glory. So we have that here. Andy, what can you tell us about this?
Here we go. So yes, so we've got a brand new Spinosaurus variant. So it's got its own model, obviously much kind of thicker really than the original Jurassic Park 3 one. It's got that big thick tail, big thick neck. So very different kind of silhouette. And I think really nice distinct version of one of the kind of iconic dinosaurs of the franchise. What we're seeing here are the movie variants. So these are the 3 movie skins, which each have their own different pattern on the sail. One of them has a little chip in its sail, nice, which is also seen in the movie. But yeah, it's a full variant. So you've got like the 12 patterns and 6 colours as well. Amazing. Of that variant that you can play with. So yeah, hopefully a brand new lease of life for the fans, one of the fans' favourite dinosaurs.
It's a really, really awesome one, and I know obviously when the movie came out we saw people saying, oh my god, I hope that this comes to the game, and here it is. No, it's really, really cool to see. So that's obviously not all you get in terms of sort of movie skins and variants. We also have some others which we're going to take a look at here. So we have starting off with the Mosasaurus, right, Andy? What can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, the Mosasaurus, again, another really iconic animal in our roster. So one of the most popular marine reptiles for sure. Obviously it's been in 2 very prominent parts in the movies before. So now we've obviously saw this in that open water chase sequence, and as a big part of the first phase of the Rebirth movie. And yeah, it's kind of got slightly different silhouette again from the one that we saw in Jurassic World, slightly sort of smaller fins at the back, different shape on the tail, and yeah, its own unique skin as well. So yeah, really exciting to bring that to players and give a new twist on one of the favourite marine reptiles.
Nice refresh, absolutely, that's awesome. And then coming up next, we've got Quetzalcoatlus. I think my favourite one, if I have to say.
It's one of my favourite ones. So yeah, we've got the the new Rebirth model here. It's got that really cool like fish hook bill on the top,
awesome,
which is
yeah.
amazing, which we see in the film. And again, this variant's got all of the skins and patterns you'd expect from the male and the female, which is super fantastic. Obviously, we see this one in the cliffside scene when the characters are climbing up the mine ruins and they're going to steal that egg. And this Quetzalcoatlus is very unhappy about that, and we know what happens there. But I think this one looks more menacing than what we've got in the base game.
For sure.
It's definitely got a bit of a look about it. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I think this is my favourite model from this release. Yeah.
And up next we have a movie skin for the Dilophosaurus, right, Andy?
Yeah, got a brand new frill for the Dilophosaurus. So yeah, very, very cool to see it bring this, dinosaur we've seen all the way back from the first movie in its rebirth skin. Very, very large sort of crests on the top, and that iconic frill with its own unique speckled pattern. That's also in the Rebirth expansion.
Really cool. And then last but not least, we have 2 skins, right, for the Velociraptors?
We do, yeah, but if you blink, you'd miss them in the film, I think. So yeah, we've got 2 new skins for the Velociraptor here. Not just for the female, though. These were also for the male. And if you look even closer, and we won't show it off here, but you'll see that it's a nice bit of dimorphism we've added for these 2 skins too.
Amazing. No, these ones look great. Yep, absolutely. Nice little recreation there of Mutadons fighting off against the Velociraptors. Speaking of skins, we also have, you can't run your facilities without staff, so we have some awesome new vehicle skins.
Yeah, that's right. So we can see here the InGen truck. So in the Rebirth expansion, this will be your ranger vehicle. So this is the vehicle that your rangers use while they're out on patrol. So really nice to bring that. It's slightly larger than the normal kind of ranger vehicles in the base game. So really distinctive, really puts you in that world of InGen around sort of in the kind of late noughties timeline, which is where we are, where we set our story. But not just this, you've got the other response teams. They have their own InGen branded skins as well. So you've got the capture team, the ATV and the MVU. They all have their own special vehicle skins in the Rebirth expansion as well, just to really bring home that kind of context of being in a certain point in the timeline in that Rebirth facility.
That's amazing, super exciting. And obviously those movie skins, if you do want to check out a little bit more behind the scenes on how the fantastic team that we have here work on those, we did put out an article earlier today that shows you exactly how we work quite closely with Universal, our partners over there, and how we sort of bring them into the game and make them as film accurate as possible. So lots of really cool info there if you're into that. Cool. So obviously our post yesterday on social said that we were going to play through the beginning of the campaign, and that is exactly what we are about to do. So if you do not want anything spoiled for the campaign or the narrative or anything like that, now is your time to jump off and leave, and we say goodbye because we are going to jump in. We're going to check out the intro cinematic. We're going to check out what we do when we start off in the campaign. Let this be your warning. If you do not want a spoiler, please leave now. And obviously come back tomorrow on June 16th when the Rebirth expansion launches. So we're going to jump straight into game, and we're going to join you in a little bit just after we get through some of the VO and the intro and talk a little bit about what we're seeing. So yeah, let's jump in.
We've got Mutadon on wing. Minimal casualties so far, but not zero.
Okay, we need a much better aviary, but none of us have the authority to approve the risky experimental one. I can try to get the new director on board with it, while you two handle things here.
Okay, new recruit, just you and me now. That was Dale, I'm Callie, and you are having one heck of an induction. The workforce on the island stands no chance against a hunter like the Mutadon. We need to tranquilize it ASAP, or our recruitment team will be working overtime.
The experimental aviary has been approved, but the new director is on her way here. Can't imagine she'll be happy. I mean, a breakout in her first week?
Yeah, well, welcome to Ile Saint-Hubert. Okay, it's down. Great work there. Deep breaths, everyone, and let's fix this. I have a working theory that the Mutadon keeps escaping because it knows it's penned in. It's a very intelligent animal. An open-air aviary should give it the illusion of open skies, though.
We just need to demolish the old aviary to make room for the new one. Now we can build the open-air aviary where the old aviary used to be. We should make sure the workers have access to the hatchery. The open-air aviary uses a clever electromagnetic barrier which should keep the Mutadon contained. The barrier needs power to work though, so I'll talk you through the island's geothermal power system.
Right, so quite a dramatic entrance to the campaign. What's going on? Where are we? What's happened?
That's right. Well, as yeah, we're setting the scene here. This is you're in the part of the timeline where basically Jurassic World is flourishing, and you are an engineer, a scientist, researcher going to Ile Saint-Hubert to work on research that's going to benefit that park and attractions, if you like. So one of those attractions is currently proposed attractions is currently running around terrorizing the park. So you've got a pretty of a stressful first day on your hands. You're going to try and capture it and contain it. The difficult thing about the Mutadon is that it can't be contained in a standard aviary. Sure. So you're having to rely on pioneering research that has delivered an open air aviary that gives it the illusion of being free despite being contained. So this is what we're building here. We've built an open air aviary, but it's not quite working yet. Nope. Because it has no electromagnetic force field keeping that Mutadon in place.
Absolutely.
So the next task on the players hands are to actually build a geothermal power network that can power that. And again, this is also taking inspiration from the movie. There's geothermal power we know is that they use to power all the operations on the island. And so we really kind of use that as a launch pad to introduce a new power mechanic to the game.
Amazing, cool. Okay, well, in that case then, we'll jump back into game and we'll play through this next little section so we can check out the geothermal power, and then we will be right back.
As you can see, the geothermal supply pipe distributes power through a series of underground pipes. Those pipes branch off in two directions at junctions called geothermal splitters. Pipe networks should always end with a geothermal generator. It's the generators that deliver power to nearby buildings and life-saving experimental aviaries. We can build a new power network to expand the facility later, but we need that aviary powered yesterday. So let's use the existing pipes for now. First, let's build a geothermal generator near the open-air aviary. Great. Okay, now we connect the generator to the underground power network via a splitter junction. Splitters only have two outputs, so find one with an unused output to pipe the generator into. You, my friend, just made your first geothermal power connection. And the open-air aviary is fully powered, so we can transport the tranquilized Mutadon into it.
Heading to pick up the asset.
O'Connor, what is that?
That, Miss Halford, is a Mutadon, an Ile Saint-Hubert original.
They didn't tell you what we work on when you became Director of Operations?
I knew it was a research and development site, but Mullins, I didn't even know this island existed until I was offered the position. These animals can't be for show at the park, right?
They're not show ready. No, ma'am. Not all research is a success in that sense, but there's a lot to learn from them.
Yes, I'm sure. I think I need a word with my superiors. Please, keep up your work, and I'll be back in touch soon.
Alrighty, there we go. So I think, Kieran, you're going to jump into the settings, right, and drop the VO so that we can talk a little bit over what we're seeing, because obviously there's quite a bit of a fantastic narrative going on in the background. But we have just obviously booted up this OpenAir aviary. I think we're going to check out the Mutadon's exit animation, right? What we've got going on here, Andy? Tell us a little bit about Mutadon and I guess this new enclosure type.
Yeah, so the Mutadon comes barreling out there, the hatchery, really cool exit release animation there. And here it is in its fully powered open air aviary. So yeah, it's got that electromagnetic shield, feels like it's free, but actually it can't break out of this enclosure type. So yeah, so the open air aviary was really, one part of it was, the idea was about finding an appropriate habitat for this brand new type of animal, really, in the Mutadon. But also, we really loved the creative possibilities that this brings to the game, because of course you can see your flying reptiles better than ever with this kind of aviary. All the other ones, in the lore, they always had those kind of dome tops, the aviary domes. But they did present a bit of a problem about visibility for your flying reptiles. So really, this literally gets rid of that barrier, and so we're really excited about seeing players use it in their parks. It also comes alongside other aviary improvements that we brought to the game. The loosening of restrictions over terrain editing, which is now even greater in this open air aviary, because the open air aviary has a higher flying height.
Nice.
So actually the flying reptiles in there can actually fly even higher than they can in a standard aviary, which makes sense, right? Because it's completely open air. And as a result of that, your terrain modifications can go higher and lower as well. So there's a lot of real flexibility you've got here. Even the force field that you can see here, we've got this in the campaign obviously to show when it's powered or not. In Sandbox you can turn that off and just bed this new enclosure type into your parks however you like.
You might want to. I feel like I want to leave it on though, because the difference here, right, is with this enclosure type. When the power goes down, they are out.
Yep. There's
no
breakout.
escape.
They're out.
They're out. And obviously, we saw the geothermal power sort of hook up there, which is also usable in Sandbox mode, right? You can.
Absolutely. You can put down your own power sources. What's really unique about this is, it's a really cool extra kind of management mechanic that we've added here. What's really unique is it's got these specific power supply points. So all your power comes from the same supply point. There's a few of those dotted around each map, so there are actually different points. But from there, you've got a quantity of power, and then it's about how you distribute that across your pipes, across these splitters that halve the power amount, and to those generators that power the building. So, when you start out, it's quite easy to kind of keep everything within the radius, but, as you expand your park out, as you can imagine, you've got to get those generators further away. You might need to use more splitters, and the power starts thinning out. So there's a real kind of layout challenge there to how you manage your power in the campaign.
Amazing. And obviously, talking about the facility in a bit more detail here, one thing that we haven't actually spoken about is you don't have guests come to Ile Saint-Hubert. You have workers, right? These are all InGen themed.
These are all researchers working on the island. This is a top secret island, so you don't just get a load of guests coming along, and that's an interesting change for the economy as well. So certain elements are not as necessary, like amenities and things like that. But you still have the idea of tours, because they still want to get close up to the dinosaurs to research them, and it's enabled us or inspired us to do some cool things. So, there's 3 sites across the island as part of this campaign. But what we've actually done is we've got a 1 cash balance that goes across all of them, which is a really unique thing for a Jurassic World Evolution campaign. So you're actually trying to keep the balance, the cache balance of all the different islands in a good place, because islands that you're not maps that you're not even on at the moment, they might have a negative impact on the cache balance of another part of the island. So so it's a really interesting kind of additional kind of challenge to bring to the table.
All links up, absolutely, yeah. And I think you were saying with the geothermal power earlier, and obviously you can upgrade that as well through research and get more power. And I know I've been playing through the campaign, and the shared cache balance caught me off guard a little bit, because I really wasn't paying attention. And then I was on the Ancient Valley, and I was like, I don't have any more. I can't do anything. So I had to go back and make sure that my other facilities were sort of running to their best.
And the power system, like you say, that's something that, again, upgrades across all of the maps on the island. So you'll get certain research upgrades, and they enhance the amount of power you get from those power supplies that you saw there, and that will go across all of your maps. Amazing. So we're really kind of playing with even more interconnectedness of the maps than we did in Jurassic World Evolution 3 base game.
Amazing, cool. So I think we're going to jump back into game. Seamless transition. Here we are. This is Ancient Valley. This is my favourite map. Andy, what can you tell us about this this incredible location? Oh, well, we have a contract there that we're going to
just put that to one side. So the Ancient Valleys, this is our third map. Like you say, this is the infrastructure area where you can see all these cool InGen research buildings. But this is one of those parks that kind of opens up into a safari-style area, and in this level, it's just magnificent. So this huge open valley with mist in the backgrounds, roaming titanosaurs. I think is one of the most spectacular maps in the whole game, like particularly when you see it from ground level and you go out into the vehicles. Of course, you have our beautiful titanosaurs here with their majestic tails. This is all based around that large open valley area that we see in the movie, where you see the titanosaurs, of course, for the first time. And it's just spectacular to bring it to the game. It's got its own built-in kind of hatchery there. So that's the only hatchery you have here. So you're actually quite sort of restricted on where you bring your dinosaurs out into the park in this one. So there's an extra twist to it there. And we hope players really enjoy playing with this, both in the campaign and in Sandbox.
It is, like I said, hands down my favourite map of the three. But obviously we've got some new scenery. So coming in the Rebirth expansion, you have Mayan architecture as well as the InGen facility architecture. So I think we've got a couple of the Mayan temples hidden over.
So hidden away in this corner, like you can actually see a few of the Mayan temples that's inspired by that scene with the Quetzalcoatlus in the movie, where you see this kind of ancient architecture that was obviously been in the island much longer than InGen. So we wanted to kind of bring that to players because it's got that cool, ancient, adventurous spirit to it. And it's just a great theme for a wall set that people can have fun with. And it contrasts really nicely with the InGen more industrial blueprints and pieces that you have here, which obviously reflect the movie really well, and they kind of give a sense that there's lots going on underground because they've all got these kind of grass verges that kind of come out of the ground. All those geothermal pipes you see there that are built overground, they're all scenery as well. So there's so many, it's like hundreds of scenery items here that allow you to build your own kind of research facility, however you imagine it. Really, there's so much variety.
And obviously we put it out in the teaser and a couple of screenshots. Obviously we've got the Qualtech gas station there as well, which is an iconic moment from the movie. Really, really exciting. Some awesome stuff there for some of the sort of more creative players to jump into, but also some great blueprints, right? I struggle a little bit, I think, myself, creativity-wise, so those blueprints are a godsend for me. Cool, and we mentioned this earlier as well. Obviously, the campaign has an assignments system as well, so we are now, in terms of where we're at here on the Ancient Valley, we're a little bit further along in the campaign. We're not quite at the beginning, we're sort of like a little bit later on, and we've got this assignments menu here, which we'll talk about this a little bit, right, because it's a different way of playing and experiencing the story and the narrative.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have priority assignments and standard assignments. So again, to fit in with this theme that you are undergoing this pioneering research on this secret island, we felt that it was a good time to sort of like shake up the objective system a bit. So now we've got giving the player a bit more control over their own objectives, so you can choose what assignment you want to do next. Now the priority assignments are effectively the sort of they're the golden path of the game, if you like. If you follow those, you'll follow the narrative and see the story through. But you can engage in these standard assignments, which is largely optional. And you can just, there's a wealth of different ones here. Some of them will be specific to certain areas, certain maps of the island, and some can be done anywhere you like. They have all different kinds of rewards. Some will some have requirements of having to actually do other assignments first. So what's really nice about this is that everyone could kind of pick their way through the expansion in their own way, right? They can either go straight for the priority assignments and finish the narrative, or they can pick their way through the standard assignments, and even those ones that require kind of unlocking in different ways. You can also find your own way through there. So they encourage, exploring basically. Sure. And they also you get some really useful rewards from these. So you get genomes, you get research items, you can start getting experimental traits, which I think we're going to talk about soon. Mm-hmm. And this is how you kind of, get, of course, your cash, your funding. So there's loads of good stuff here. You can see this playthrough. We've already completed 33 of these assignments, so there's plenty of them. And yeah, just a really, really nice twist on how you acquire genomes, how you acquire research, and how we can challenge the player with different unique assignments.
The narrative team have done absolute God's work, I think, with this, because to make that many, even with the standard assignments, they've all got voiceover. They're all fully voiceover, and they all tie into the narrative. And obviously, I've played through, and it's like you can pick this apart in any kind of direction you want, and it still just kind of brings a cohesive narrative to quite a dramatic ending, which we won't spoil. But it's I have props off to the team, because it's a great story, and the way that it sort of works through this whole system is fantastic.
Yeah, and they've tried to kind of also the designers have tried to sort of pick on gameplay features that maybe were lesser explored in the base game. So things like multi-generational sort of dinosaur breeding and genetic modification. We've kind of gone a bit heavier on that stuff here, because you're in a research facility, and people kind of have got the know how to play the game now. So we want to challenge them a little more.
Cool. So I think we're going to start this assignment, the Aquilops, right? And we're going to take a look at the research, right, for the experimental traits, something that we've mentioned a couple of times.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few new experimental traits added to the game for this release. There are some really powerful ones here. They are super traits, essentially. They are much more powerful than what we've got in the base game. They can do all sorts of amazing things, like make your species venomous. You can make them immortal, for example, as well. But there's loads and loads to discover, and I think I'm not going to give them all away, because it'd be good to go and explore them more and research them. Yeah. But we are going to focus on one. We're going to focus on the amicable trait, and what we're going to do is, with this assignment, is we're going to make our Aquilops amicable, which I think we'd agree that from the film is quite apt, considering how amicable Dolores is in that film.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll jump in and take a look at the smaller of the new species. Here it is, and obviously we have a full family unit, right, Andy, with this one?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, obviously, beautiful model, faithfully recreated from the movie. We've obviously, taken the original assets from the movie for reference, and we've worked really closely with Universal to bring the dinosaurs from that movie to life. So yes, but you didn't see the family in the movie. You saw the Dolores, and now you can see the full family unit, the juvenile, the even smaller juvenile. And in the family. So yeah, wonderful dinosaur to bring to the series. Very sort of sociable, likes large kind of herds. Very familial. You sort of want to make sure that the parents are both looked after well, for everyone to be happy and harmonious. And it being released into the same large valley as Titanosaurus is quite something to see.
Yeah, they're not the biggest, should we say?
Yeah,
in fact, they're incredibly small.
Tiny. But amazing. And obviously, the Aquilops and the Titanosaurus as well benefits from the extra colours and patterns, right, that we get alongside. So you can take these models and customise them how you see fit. But here they are, yeah. I mean, what an incredible shot. I mean, absolutely amazing. In terms of scale, I mean, these guys are they're tiny.
It's little and large, basically.
That's amazing. And to help you sort of get around and find these guys, they've got a little icon on them, and we're going to check out the new hatchery drone, right? This comes as part of the free update with the Deep Analyzer tool. Tell us a little bit about the Deep Analyzer tool while Kieran here tries to strafe around these tiny species.
Yeah. So this is a brand new hatchery drone. So you can fly it around, you can take photos from it, or because you are a researcher on this island, you can do a deep analysis scan of dinosaurs And what you do is you kind of scan them, you try and move around them while also staying within range of them. And if you can do a full scan, then you get, as you saw there, you get additional genetic modification points that you can use to gene mod those dinosaurs further, as well as some research cash as well to help with the funding. So yeah, fun little mechanic there for people to help boost people's ability to gene mod their dinosaurs even further, and to get a little close up with them. Obviously, it's a bit different with these guys than it is from the Titanosaurs. That's a bit of a different challenge, but it's really nice. I always like it when we bring ways for players just to get closer to the dinosaurs.
No, incredible. Kieran, good job there with the drone.
Took a lot of practice.
I just love this angle so much. It's so tiny and it's hiding away from everything. Incredible. Cool. So I think that about wraps it up for what we have time to show today. Obviously, we hope that you enjoyed a sort of early look, I guess, at the campaign. Obviously, checking out the movie variants, Spinosaurus, T-Rex, and all of that exciting stuff. Andy, Kieran, thank you so much for helping us showcase some of that. And thank you at home, obviously, for joining us today. And just as a reminder, the Jurassic World Evolution 3 Rebirth Expansion launches tomorrow on all platforms on June 16th, alongside free update 1.3. There is a lot coming out tomorrow even, sorry. It's going to be a very, very good day for park and site managers all over the world jumping into the game. Thank you so much for joining in. And we're going to leave you with a little look at our cinematic render for the fantastic key art that you would have seen for the Rebirth expansion.